Good afternoon, Toon fans. Thought I'd start a podcast. Pretty much been sent to it by lockdown and by Brucey Ball. So today I just want to talk about the pundits' opinions and how we, all 60,000 of us, are apparently idiots. And we don't have a right in hell to be criticising our manager. So I'm just going to jog your memories and go over a couple of quotes of some of the TV personalities and pundits being paid thousands of pounds per year to put these opinions out. Chris Sutton said, "Let's keep this in football terms. What has Bruce done that's been so bad?" Danny Murphy, BBC's finest, "I don't know what they want from Bruce." Gary Neville, I generally like Gary Neville, pretty good for Sky. "It's been terrible for years and Bruce is not to blame." Simon Jordan, "Players will get him the sack. You cannot polish a turd." Mark Hughes, obviously been linked with the job. "Expectation in Newcastle is above reality." I mean, you can't make it up. These are some of the best, most knowledgeable characters in the game, getting paid by BBC, BT, Sky to talk about football and give their expert analysis. And they are making us feel like idiots, all 50, 60, 70, 80,000 of us. And I'm going to go on the record and say that I would say 99.9% of Newcastle fans now would want Steve Bruce to leave, would pay for his taxi, would fly him to the Bahamas, pay for his hotel if it meant he stepped at nowhere near our football club again. So the only thing that I can't really get my head round as what the pundits don't quite understand is the stats, the football. They're watching it. They watched the game on Saturday against Aston Villa. They watched the game at Arsenal last Monday. They've watched the game for the last 2 months. Shots on target, 19th worst in the league. Passes completed, 18th worst in the league. Possession, 20th. We have the worst possession in the whole league. 2 points from a possible 24 and counting. Not expecting much from Leeds tomorrow after they absolutely spanked us a month or so ago. 776 minutes and there's been one goal from open play, that volley from Andy Carroll against Leicester to give us a glimmer of hope with 5 minutes left. What is it that the pundits do not understand? We as a fan base do not expect to be winning Champions League trophies, to be challenging for the Premier League. We just want a bit of hope, a bit of an idea. And since Steve Bruce has come in, I can honestly say he is the worst manager I have seen in my lifetime. I'm only 28 years old. I know there's a lot of fans might watch this who've lived through lots of different eras, who've seen much worse things than me. But we've had the Kinnears. We've had the Pardews. You know, I remember the Pardew out signs getting taken to the game. Everyone held one up. The Cockney Mafia banner going across under Ashley. Not nice times, not good football. We've seen some absolute tripe. Allardyce, I absolutely hated him. But at least a lot of these managers called a spade a spade. What Bruce is doing, he's calling a spade work in progress. And it's an absolute joke. Teams like Aston Villa on Saturday don't even have to get out of first gear. They don't even have to put the key into the car and start the car to win. I mean, I heard Jack Grealish shouted, "These are shite, keep passing the ball." I couldn't agree any more with you, Jack. You've just summed it up. You've just shouted out during that game what all of us are thinking. I don't care whether, some people might say it's disrespectful, and I'm not a big fan of Villa, I'm not going to lie. But teams are not even have to get out of first gear. I cannot remember a time when the football was that bad. I cannot physically, and please, anyone who watches this video, please comment and let me know a time. Please tell me the last time we created a goal-scoring opportunity where we should have scored, where it was a great bit of football. Because I'm stumped. Aston Villa, nothing happened. I think I went and peeled some potatoes in the kitchen midway through the second half. Arsenal, the gloves were off. The gloves were off. Absolutely nothing. I'm stumped. Steve Bruce has played all of his cards. Not that he had a pack to start with. He is a tactical dinosaur. He's said in previous jobs he does not believe in tactics. He is tactically inept, non-existent. His players have no faith in him. Aston Villa on Saturday was the first time I noticed properly that the players were not playing for him. Yes, the tactics are terrible. Yes, we are absolutely diabolical as a team, as a formation, as a game plan. But you at least want to see the players giving 110% and grafting the bollocks off. I did not see that on Saturday. I think Hayden was probably the only guy I could maybe see on the field who was grafting. Maybe Andy Carroll, because he's a fan. You know, when a player's a fan, helps a little bit. But the players aren't playing for him anymore. The media coverage that he has put out, some of the things that he has said, in my opinion, and again, please let me know if you agree, he is just taking advantage of the fact that us as fans cannot get in that stadium. He knows we can't protest. We can't chuck our season tickets off in those who are lucky enough to sit behind the dugout. We can't protest outside the ground. You know, we've all seen them tragic scenes in the past, the banners, the flags, all that kind of stuff. And he's taking advantage of that. I have never known a manager take criticism as badly as this man. It's almost as if someone's punched his ego, deep-throated his ego with a fist, and he doesn't like it. If you're a fan, Steve, like you keep saying, you're one of us, do one. Just do one. Your fan base, if you're as big a Newcastle fan as what you've always preached throughout your life, your fan base does not like you. We want you out. You are sending us into a slow death. Only way I can describe us as a football club at the moment is like watching someone in hospital who can't speak, is eating his food through a straw, has no recollection where he is, just getting worse and worse and worse, and eventually dying. We are the visitors to the hospital who stand and watch this person slowly die. And that's where we are right now. We aren't creating any chances in matches. Yeah, Maximin's back, but he obviously doesn't like Bruce. I think that's clear as day. You hear the rumours about falling outs. Did he have COVID? Why did he vanish to France? No one really knows. There's got to be something going on behind the scenes there. If I was Callum Wilson, St. Maximin, Fraser, any attacking player in that team, I would be absolutely hating my life. I'd probably be thinking about choosing a different sport. Maybe I'll give cricket a go. I don't know. But he has to go. And he is the worst we have ever seen for a very, very, very long time. Pardew, I'd take him in a heartbeat. Joe Kinnear, well, with his kebab comments, it was always entertaining, wasn't it? But again, I don't think the football was as bad under Joe Kinnear, a man who hadn't managed in God knows how many years, who got pulled out of the management wilderness by Ashley, another top trump of his. It's just getting ridiculous. His comments about Rafa Benitez, the mighty Rafa, have matched him. Don't insult your own fan base. Today, he's banned the media from asking him any questions. Again, absolutely pathetic. Bruce, you just need to get out, and for all you pundits sat giving your opinions, well, the 15th, the 14th, the 13th, what do they expect? These Newcastle fans, they expect Champions League football. No Danny Murphy, no Chris Sutton, whoever else, Simon Jordan on your TalkSport commentary, Mark Hughes, you're probably buzzing, you've been linked with the job, whatever. We do not have an expectation of anything near Champions League football like what we got under Bobby, the European football days. We just want to know that our football club is going in some sort of direction and some sort of, it's going on a path. We have a plan. Yes, Ashley is trying to sell the club. I think we all with him on that. He's probably fighting the Premier League behind the scenes as we speak, and we all want him to sell the football club more than anything on this earth. I think my cans are out of date in the fridge. But Steve Bruce is a massive part of the problem. We are a Premier League club. And to be totally honest with you, I think if we went down now, would Ashley invest? Probably not. Would we get any sort of decent buyer? Probably not. And that's why it's so important that this horrible cabbage head gets out of our club. He wasn't good enough for Sheffield Wednesday. Their fans didn't even want him back, even if we paid for the Uber taxi straight over there when they were managers earlier in the year. He is so past Premier League management, it is ridiculous. And yes, there's always been an argument, oh, he's a nice bloke. And I don't doubt that for a second. He has a million sports people who seem to be his friend. Oh, Simon Jordan came out and said, I was speaking to him last week. Every pundit seems to have been speaking to Steve Bruce last week. If me and him went for a pint tomorrow, would he be a nice bloke with his, he probably buys a pint of John Smith's and a packet of peanuts? Of course he would be. But we don't want a nice bloke as our manager. We want someone who acknowledges us fans in a press conference, can actually motivate the team to at least create one goal scoring opportunity or pass the football and just give us a little bit of hope. My God, if I hear one more pundit say that we are unrealistic in our expectation, nobody could do a better job, I might physically scream my windows down until they crack. Come on. Please, these pundits. So please, yes, Steve Bruce has sent me to do this video. The pundits have sent me to do this video. I don't care whether they are apparently the experts and the ex-players. They are chatting absolute rubbish, and you are calling 60,000 of us idiots in what you say. We don't have unrealistic expectations. We have been happier in the past. It's not just the Ashley regime. You only need to go back to the Benitez days. I'm not going to touch on that today, the whole Benitez versus Bruce, because that's an overplayed argument from us Newcastle fans, and it's one that drives you up the wall. I just wanted to come on, talk about this, and have a rant. I'm going to start doing a couple more of these, so if you did agree with me and like what I said, want to ask me anything, please drop us a comment, like and subscribe, and I'm hoping to get things up and running on here and on Instagram. Thanks. I'd love to say things are going to get better, but we'll see. Bruce out. Bruce out.